Hi, I'm Abby, former pharmacist turned health coach, specializing in willpower and motivation. I help women stick to their plan so that they can lose weight, feel amazing, have energy, and really live their lives and show up how they want to without all the battling and fighting and restricting and cravings and white knuckling it. So let's go.
Hey, welcome everyone to my brand new workshop, How to Banish Cravings from Your Life and Mindless Munching too, because they're actually the same thing. I'm Abbi Linde, for those of you who don't know me. And just a couple logistics right off the bat here. This is recorded, so if you're watching this live, welcome. If you're watching this on the replay, welcome. I'm hoping that this can be interactive. I'm hoping you have questions. So probably the best way to ask questions would be to type them in the chat. I will keep an eye both on Facebook and if you're actually in Zoom with me, both places, I'll try to keep an eye on. And I do have some notes. So if I'm looking down, I'm looking at my notes to make sure that I have, I'm hitting all of the points. Also, I do have a little worksheet that I will share in the Zoom chat so that everyone in the Zoom chat can get access to that. If you're on Facebook watching this, just comment worksheet below and I will get it sent to you in a direct message, okay? If you want it. I'll show it on here, but if you want an actual copy of it, I will get it sent over to you. Okay, should we get this party started? So I think first off the bat, I just want to do a little mini who am I for those of you who don't know me in the real life, just on the internet. I'm Abbi Linde. I am a willpower coach. I'm a health coach. I used to be a pharmacist, left that. It just wasn't, no shade to pharmacists at all. We are life-saving. It wasn't how I wanted to move through life anymore. And so I did all of the trainings, health coaching, ancestral health, sleep, stress, and recovery, diabetes, low carb eating, mindset, all the certifications. But I would say a ton of what I have put into my health coaching and when I work with clients is my own experience with really feeling like I had no willpower. I would shame the crap out of myself for not being able to stick to the plan, especially once I figured out what I needed to be doing for myself to make cravings go away and to feel energetic and just full of life. And I knew what I needed to do and I couldn't do it. And that was really painful because I felt like I should be able to do this. I know exactly what I need to do to feel great and I'm not doing it. What kind of a person knows better, but doesn't do better, right? Anyone can relate to that? So that has informed a lot of how I work with people because in my experience, a lot of people can relate to that. So in that vein, if you are coming to this workshop and I assume that you deal with cravings or some sort of mindless snacking, constantly having the munchies, if you're experiencing that, then I would strongly, I want to say this to you from the very bottom of my heart. It is not your fault that you have cravings. And it's not even your fault that you quote unquote give in to cravings, because this world that we live in, from advertising to our culture and family and friends and the chemicals in our brain, it is all designed. There are super smart people that are designing food and designing marketing to make you want to eat junk food, sit on the couch watching Netflix, stare at your screen all day, it is all very designed to make us do that. And so if there's anything you take from this, please at least open your mind to the idea that perhaps it is not your fault. Okay. Now, that does not mean that if we want to change something, that we don't have the responsibility to make choices that move us in the direction that we want to move, right? And so that just because it's not our fault doesn't mean it's not our responsibility to, if we want to make changes. And it's an if, right? Totally your choice. You will never hear me tell you that you should do something. That is not something that I will ever say or do. It's a big red flag for me when I hear someone talking about how you should be eating this, or you should be doing this, or you should blah, blah, blah. That's a big red flag. And I encourage for you, if you hear someone tell you that you should be doing something, red flag, because that's what it is for me. Okay, so let's get to the bulk of this workshop, right? So I'm gonna share my screen here with the workshop, because we have now reached the how to banish cravings portion of the workshop. So this would be a really good time if you have like a journal or a little piece of paper, or if you could print this off, to just kind of like be jotting some thoughts, things that resonate with you, little things that you kind of want to remember, or things you want to try. This would be a good time to kind of like have a pen, have some paper, so you can jot stuff down. Okay, so let's just start from this place that our body is constantly trying to communicate things to us, right? It's communicating our wants, our desires, our needs. And we are not typically very good at hearing our body, identifying what it is that our body is trying to tell us, and acting in the interest of our own body. So one of the things when we're trying to get rid of cravings, we need to be able to tell what is a craving, and it's like not I don't actually need that, versus what is my body telling me that I need. So the number one step is to ensure that your needs are met. So what do I mean by that? This could be like, are you sleeping at night? Are you eating enough protein? Like, are you actually getting enough fuel in your body for your body to function from a needs perspective? Are you drinking some water? Are you like, is there time in your day where you're resting and taking a break? It's so hard, especially at the beginning, to be able to look inward and say, okay, my body is telling me that I want cookie dough, ice cream, chips, whatever, soda, margaritas, whatever. Like, it feels like a need, right? And for you to be able to like go inside and be like, okay, that's actually a want. It's not a need, because I know that my needs are met. I ate enough protein. I got enough sleep. I already like have taken care of my needs. Maybe this isn't a need. Maybe this is just something else going on. And we'll talk about what else can cause cravings. But if you don't know and you can't trust, like know for certain that your needs have already been met, then your brain can do these little gymnastics like, oh, you actually need this. This is what your body needs right now. And it can be really, really hard. So meeting that protein need is a big one. If you're trying to make changes around food, making sure that you're eating adequate protein. Protein it's called the most satiating, meaning it fills you up. You feel satisfied. You like, it makes you feel full the most of any other type of food or macronutrient. Okay. Protein is key. If you are trying to figure out how to get rid of cravings and be able to tell what is a need versus a want versus I'm just having an emotion that I don't want to feel. Okay. All right, number 2 is to explore how you want to feel. Okay, so this, I want you to take a minute. We're gonna, maybe we'll actually do like a little exercise here and close your eyes. You may need to do like a quick, how do I feel right now? Am I feeling anxious and unsettled? Am I feeling tired? Am I feeling overwhelmed, frantic, panicky? What are you feeling? Maybe you're feeling great. I don't know. Just take note of how you're feeling right now. And then think about, how do you want to feel? So when I think about what I want to feel, I'm constantly thinking, I want to feel sharp and focused. I want to feel energetic. I want to feel clear-minded. I want to feel settled. I don't want to feel like panicky, frantic, you know. I don't want to feel that. I want to feel energetic and like motivated and ready to take on the day. That's always kind of my goal state. Now, did you know? So there are many times where like we want to change our state. So maybe I'm trying to feel more energetic and focused and awake and motivated. Have you ever wanted to change your state and you find yourself munching? Maybe you're in the car, you're like falling asleep and you're munching on something, or you, maybe it's the other way around. You're feeling all agitated and you want to feel calm and soothed and comforted. And you find yourself going to comfort foods to do that. So that's actually not, that can be useful to use food in that way. I'm not actually anti using food in that way. But if we're doing that on an unconscious level, not on a like, I know what I want and I'm making choices to get there level, it can be really problematic. And so what we can do is, if you know how you feel now, I'm feeling tired and unmotivated perhaps, and I want to feel motivated and energetic and, excited for the day, we can think, okay, what would get me from feeling tired and unmotivated and overwhelmed to feeling focused and clear and motivated and energetic? Food could be one way, right? Or it could be like a glass of water and a walk. It could be having a dance party. It could be like calling a friend. When we bring it out of the subconscious and we bring it up to like our actual thinking brain, we're able to think about our options, one of which might be food. But there are a lot of other options. And when we know about all of the options, then we can choose from the available options that works best for us. And it's probably about experimenting, right? Which is great. I'm a big fan of experimenting. What works, what doesn't work, no shame about it. Okay. So in that step, we thought about, how do we want to feel? And for me, that is energetic, focused, and clear, right? Motivated. The next step is to practice feeling how you want to feel. Now, this is something that I use within the health coaching program that I run, the Willpower Solution. We do this often on our group, our weekly group call here. I just want to check and make sure there aren't any comments. Okay. Let me get back here. Oh no, I can't get back. Okay. We practice how we want to feel. And so let's do that now. So if you're watching this, what I want you to do, we'll just take a couple minutes. We're actually going to do, don't be freaked out, please, a mini hypnosis, okay? And this is something you can do for yourself. It's sometimes easier to do with a coach, walking you through it, but you can totally do this yourself also. I want you to get comfortable. You can see me adjusting my body here. So get comfortable, get your butt settled in your seat, either feet on the ground. Really feel that ground below your feet, or I'm sitting cross-legged, whatever is comfortable to you. I want you to lean back, feel supported by whatever you're sitting on. Take your hands and rest them on your lap with the palms up, okay? We're gonna take a couple deep breaths in through our nose and out through our mouth. And what we're going to do here, keep breathing as I talk, in through your nose and out through your mouth. We're going to practice feeling how we want to feel. Okay. So what I want you to imagine is you have a ball of light, okay, sitting in your hand. Okay. It's floating over your hand. It's bright. Imagine the colors. Is it warm? Is it cold? Really imagine in your mind's eye a ball of light sitting in your right hand. Okay. Now we're going to imagine that ball of light moving to your right elbow. Okay. See it, feel it. Does it have a sound maybe? Now it's going to move up to your right shoulder. It's going to move across your chest, over to your left shoulder, down to your left elbow, to your left hand, and then over to your right hand. And now you're going to take that ball of light and send it around. Right elbow, right shoulder, left elbow, left hand. Right hand, right elbow, right shoulder, left elbow, left hand. Send it around once yourself. All right. Now what I want you to do is imagine feeling strong, energetic, focused, motivated. Maybe it's calm, whatever it is that you want to feel, bold. Whatever it is that you want to feel, imagine you feel that way. You're doing it. How does that feel in your body? What are the thoughts you're thinking? I'm so motivated right now. I'm so ready to take on the day. I'm so excited. What a great day. Can't wait to get started. This is all so easy, right? Whatever it is that really embodies how you want to feel. I just want you to feel it in your body. What does it feel like? Feel free to type in the chat if you have if you can say what that physically feels like to you, or what you notice. Now, the reason that we practice this in my group program is when you can actually embody this feeling, you can make decisions from that feeling. So if you're feeling lethargic and unmotivated and overwhelmed and panicked and stressed out and anxious, there's a certain kind of decision that you make, right? Playing it safe, just comforting, soothing, right? But when you feel strong and energetic and focused and ready and the state that you want to feel, you make different choices, or you at least have access to other choices. Maybe you choose to meal plan that day. Maybe you choose to add a veggie in. Maybe you choose to take an extra serving of protein. Maybe you choose to get a glass of water. Maybe you choose to take whatever it is, it just gives you access to make those choices that you're constantly telling yourself you should be making. Shoulds don't work. But what does work is, okay, in this new state that I'm in, I feel like I could take a walk, meal plan, whatever it is, tackle this project I've been meaning to tackle for months and months and months and have felt overwhelmed about. Like whatever it is, you're able to make different choices from this new state. And the more you practice it, the more you practice feeling how you want to feel, the easier it is to shift into that state when you need a shift, okay? When you're feeling cravings and you're able to pop over here and say, oh, I really want to eat that cookie dough. I really want to eat that ice cream. I really want to eat that, whatever it is for you. And you can shift over here and be like, but that actually makes me feel more tired when I do that. That actually makes me feel like shit, pardon my language, when I eat that. So what actually gets me where I want to be? Oh yes, this other thing. And not to say that you won't ever choose that again. It gives you access to a whole different way of like showing up in your body and in your life, right? It lets you show up how you actually want to show up, right? Okay. So the last one on my list here, plan time to soothe and calm yourself. That can be like planning time to practice feeling how you want to feel. It can also be, taking a couple deep breaths in the morning before you get out of bed, having a walking or meditation or tapping practice, or maybe it's listening to music, or maybe it's literally just taking a break from working for 3 minutes every hour, twice a day, whatever feels manageable, but planning time in to soothe and calm yourself so that you don't find yourself in the middle of the workday or when you get home from work, needing to soothe and calm yourself because you're just so dysregulated and needing to use food because that's all you got. You don't have other skill sets. By building in these other tools and strategies as a regular part of your day, it allows you to, number one, lower that anxiety and that feeling that we don't like, that we end up using food to soothe, but also gives us strategies for in the moment when we have a craving and we don't want to indulge in it. We can use those same strategies that we've practiced time and time again, right? And so in the program, I talk a lot about having 2 strategies. You need a like plan ahead. What are things that I'm going to try to do every day? And it can be super tiny. Getting some sunlight, stepping outside, having water in the morning, taking some deep breaths, these sorts of things prior to getting triggered and cued and, having emotions. And we need a process for when we are actually confronted with the craving or confronted with the thing that we're trying to avoid. And they're actually the same thing, but if you have a process for doing them in advance, doing them in the moment is actually a lot easier. Okay. So those are the 4 strategies that you can use to banish cravings from your life. And I didn't touch on the mindless munching piece. So mindless munching, or like you may describe it as you just find yourself in the pantry, you just find yourself on the couch eating chips and you don't even like remember thinking, oh, I want chips. You just find yourself eating and maybe the bag's halfway gone, right? What happens in our brain is we get triggered, whether it's we see chips on TV, or someone makes us angry, or someone makes us frustrated, or we are feeling anxious. It's directly linked to the like action part of our brain. So feel stressed, take action. It doesn't cross over. It's called our prefrontal cortex, where we actually think about it. It's like a chain reaction. Feel stressed, eat food. Feel stressed, eat food. And so even though it's not the same as a craving in the sense that like a craving, like we're thinking about it and we want this thing so bad. And that is triggered by stress or anxiety or some sort of emotion. But the mindless munching is almost beyond a craving, because you're not having any cognitive, like actual thinking thoughts about it. You're just taking action immediately when you feel stressed, because that's what you've done every time. And that's what you're going to continue to do unless you decide that you want to change something, right? So that's the mindless munching is really like a neuroscience thing that's rather well established as to why that happens. Again, totally normal. It's actually what the brain is meant to do. It's meant to, identify problem, fix problem. And it's doing that. It's just not serving us and not allowing us to show up maybe how we want to show up, right? Okay. So now you may be thinking, those seem pretty straightforward, right? Like make sure your needs are met, know how you want to feel. Maybe the practice feeling how you want to feel is a little different. But then like plan, you know, we all know we're told you should meditate every day, you should do yoga, like whatever. Like these are all like straightforward things, right? So you may be thinking like, yeah, I've tried to do this stuff before. I've never been able to do it before. I do it for like 3 days and I can't stick to it. What's funny, actually, there are people that can just decide to do something, like to make a behavior change, a lifestyle change, and they just do it for like months and months and months and months on end. Like I'm not one of those people. I'm assuming if you're watching this, you're also not one of these people. But you can become a person who can make changes using strategies like what I'm talking about here. So if you're the kind of person like that, who's like, I'm constantly starting over, constantly trying new things. I know in my brain, like the things that I should be doing, red flag. I know what I should be doing, but I just can't get myself to do it. Right. I'm also just so busy. I'm so overwhelmed already. I can't possibly add in anything new. Even though I know I should be doing all these things, I'm constantly shoulding myself to try to like show up how I want to show up, and I just can't do it. Again, please know it's not your fault. And if you've been trying to use willpower to just like white knuckle it through all of this, please know that it's not that you're failing. Like it's not you. It's if you're using willpower alone as a system to like make behavior change, it's because that doesn't work on its own. It just doesn't. Can you make willpower stronger? Yeah, but it does not work on its own. Okay. So what does work, right? So, I talked about how what I need, what I really desire is clarity and focus and like this motivation sustained over time, right? And so one of the things that I find is when I have clarity, I'm able to put a system in place to help support what I want. If I have accountability, if I have community around me supporting me and helping me move forward, then I can actually stick to stuff. And it's been not like in a forcing, white knuckling, constantly battling way, but in like okay, I got this. I can allow this and I can accept where I'm at and take steps forward in a very loving, supported way. And so what I am offering for all of you who have sat through this presentation, this workshop, hopefully you were able to actually participate in it. But if you are able to, if you listen to this as a like gift to you and as a service to you, I want to offer a free clarity call for you. Now I call it a weight loss clarity call because most people that come into my world are having trouble sticking to their food plan, sticking to their workout plan, sticking to their plan and getting that weight loss they desire. Now, ultimately, weight loss is a side effect of getting your body and your mind functioning right. When that comes, weight loss happens. You get to you move towards your ideal weight when you've got all of those pieces in place. But I know that a lot of people like are really struggling to try to lose weight. They can't stick to the plan. They don't know why. Why can't I stick to the plan? Why can't I lose weight? And that's what the clarity call is. Because if you have not figured out why you can't lose weight and why you can't stick to the plan, then there's really no way to put a system in place to resolve that issue, right? So, here's my calendar link. You can click right here, and it will bring you to a calendar. You can pick your time. It is one-on-one, me and you. And I really, really believe and trust that this call is of value to all of the people that I jump on a call with. They really come off of the call with so much clarity about like what's been going on and why it hasn't been working, and looking forward, what needs to be in place for them to succeed. Now, you may be wondering, how is she giving this away for free? That sounds like exactly what I need. That's super valuable. Why would she give this away for free? Is there a catch? So, as I've mentioned, I have a program that I run in a group setting, group and one-on-one, called the Willpower Solution. And it helps women to not really build their willpower, but build a system so that you don't need to depend on willpower. And if it's a good fit for you after we get you clarity, like if the right action step for you is to have a system and accountability and a community around you, cool, I will offer that to you. But if not, I will help you find whatever direction it is that you need to go in. And if it's not me, like that is totally fine. This is not like a high pressure sales situation. My mission in this business that I own is to provide value first. And I know that I can help people get clarity, identify that self-sabotage, and really take steps forward. And I know that when I start with that, if we're a good fit, stars will align and it'll happen. But ultimately, if not, we can part as friends, and it's totally cool. So I'll get this link here, or you have the link here. If you're watching this on the replay, just comment, I need the links in the comments, and I'll send both the workshop sheet and the call schedule link to you so that you have everything you need. And I just really appreciate you for taking the time today. And hopefully you can take the time for yourself, get that clarity that you really need in order to move forward and, show up in your life how you want to show up as a mom, as a wife, as a employee, as a business owner, as, however it is that you want to show up for yourself too, right? Ooh, we always forget that one. Okay. That's all I have for you today. I look forward to hearing from you. If clarity is something, if understanding why is something that is important to you, I hope that this was super valuable to you. All right. Have a great day, and we will talk soon. All right. If you found this useful, helpful, resonated with you, I would love to offer you a service that I offer for free, called the Weight Loss Clarity Call. If you are trying to stick to a plan, if you are trying to lose weight, you've tried all the things, you just can't stick to it for longer than 3 days. There is a reason for that. There's probably multiple reasons for that. And the first step towards you overcoming that is to get clarity about what is the issue and what needs to happen in order for you to move forward and get to where you want to be in life, right? Showing up how you want to show up. The first step is scheduling a weight loss clarity call with me. So make sure to grab the link, get scheduled, and I cannot wait to talk